Good afternoon. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. My name is Matthew Spear. I'm the host of Don't Unfriend Me. What are we talking about? Mike Lindell out at Fox. It seems they've canceled all of his commercials, and people are extremely frustrated. I'm going to try to bring you a balanced approach, take my years in radio, marketing, and advertising, and give you a little perspective of what could be happening, and we'll speculate just a little bit. Let's come back in 15 seconds, and I will see you right back.
Do you want the truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more f***ed up than the lies on the evening news? Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can
Still Points, STIILPOINT, the Don't Unfriend Me band. Welcome to the show. Matthew Spear once again. Mike Lindell is out at Fox News. They have canceled his commercials. We have a video from Mike Lindell, and I've written down some things that might help put this in perspective and walk you through it. I've got about 20 some odd years, specifically in marketing, radio commercials, TV commercials, social media marketing, everything else. And I have purchased hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising for several different companies. And I know a little bit about radio advertising in particular and TV advertising, so I can give you some perspective on what could be happening outside the norm. Now, Mike Lindell is very frustrated, and he is being extremely honest, at least to his perspective, and stating that he's not sure what the reasons are of why he was canceled off of Fox. Now, there's a long history here, and this goes back to 2020 and even before, as far as his political backing of Donald Trump. And most currently in the news is his belief that the 2020 election and other elections have been stolen. We'll go into a little bit of that, but I'm going to try to give you just the nuts straight, which is what are some of the reasons why a company would be canceled? About 10 of those. And more importantly, some of the financial issues and other issues that MyPillow has had with other corporations, and some of the most recent news that can maybe give us an magic 8-ball look at what's happening, and not just an emotional one from one side. The left, of course, is celebrating this and saying Fox News is coming to its senses. So there's a whole bunch of political mumbo-jumbo going on, and we'll try to keep it simple. First, let's hear from Mike Lindell as he was recently on the news and made a statement. Here it is.
Hello, everybody. I wanted to get on here and tell you all the disturbing news. Fox News has canceled MyPillow. We don't know why. We can only make a couple guesses. Maybe it's because Lou Dobbs was added over here at Lindell TV to this all-new lineup we have, and that was just a few days ago. We showed his first interview with our great real president, Donald Trump. Or maybe it's because they don't want my face even on their network leading up to the 2024 election in support of our great real president, Donald Trump. I don't know. These are the details. I don't have the details yet, but all I know is the commercials have been canceled. All of our anything with MyPillow or Mike Lindell canceled on Fox News. And please help us to support us and during this time of cancellation. And thanks for your support of Lindell TV. I believe this is all about stopping me from talking about the election platforms and the elections, and this to getting rid of my voice. And but it's I just wanted to let you all know that this is a very disturbing. We don't know all the details yet, but Fox News has canceled MyPillow. Thank you.
So the nuts straight on this, and there is a whole bunch here. So. And I wanted to make sure that I declare something first of all. I've had offers to advertise MyPillow, and I've chosen not to. And it's not that I don't have my own political beliefs in regards to the election and Donald Trump and everything else. And that really has nothing to do with it. I've used the product, and I'm not a fan. That's really all it is. But there are plenty of hosts who are all over the place right now and giving you their code to join and purchase pillows. And of course, their opinions might be a little bit different than mine. Doesn't mean they're right, doesn't mean they're wrong. I just want to let you know I don't have a dog in this hunt, other than I have an opinion, and I'm going to give it to you. So the first things first is Mike Lindell mentioned and gave us some key little bit of insight into what he thinks it is. Obviously, Lou Dobbs leaving Fox News Channel and going to his channel. Second is he believes that his political voice might be, being quashed a little bit by Fox News and other companies who've done the same thing to him. And then, of course, the 2024 election is coming up. Some of those things hold water and some don't. He has his own media company. You're not going to shut this guy down or shut him up because he has a voice and he has a fairly successful media company, number one. Hiring Lou Dobbs as long as he was out of contract, and he has been off for quite some time, really is no big concern. That would be like saying that Fox is going to somehow not take a seat with Elon Musk or not advertise on Twitter from time to time. And we know that obviously that isn't true. We just saw the recent town hall that was advertised all over Twitter. So there's a business aspect here. Now, the 2024 election, and in regards to that, has a very real bite to it, and we can talk about that. But here are the reasons why someone might lose their TV or radio advertising privileges, as I have negotiated several contracts, large contracts, multi-million-dollar contracts with radio and TV. So you can violate broadcast standards, and TV and radio stations have guidelines regarding content such as prohibition on hate speech or excessively violent content or sexually explicit material. If an advertisement violates these standards, it could be pulled. Now, let's be completely honest here. The MyPillow commercials are very repetitive. There is nothing political about them, and they are all above board. And the one thing about them is they're very catchy. They have a certain tone to them, and then they say MyPillow 1,700 times. And honestly, the commercials are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Now, some people tune them out. I get it. I do too. But that's probably not encroaching upon any violation. Here's the one that I want to focus on, and it's the one that screams to me based upon the time, is failure to pay for advertising space. If the advertiser fails to pay the agreed upon fees for the advertising space, the broadcaster might and pretty much will stop airing the ads. And the reason why is that most people who purchase radio contracts, they do that in October. They do that in, starting kind of in August and then really wrapping up in October in Q4 fiscal. And the reason why is that most of these radio stations are selling, and the actual salesmen for the company will be able to make deals, and they book the entire year. Now, most companies who have the cash flow will purchase an entire year and get discounts, and they will pick the spots that have the highest return based upon Nielsen ratings. And those ratings, obviously in prime time, will be a lot more expensive than, say, an overnight ad. Well, MyPillow purchases almost $1 million a week, and they get some of the best rates possible. However, that is also prime real estate that other companies want. And if Mike Lindell was struggling with financial, which he is, and it's been well documented, we'll go into a little bit of it now, those spots ultimately would open up, and Fox also would give him terms. You might hear a term called net 30 or net 60, net 90, which means that that company will get 30, 60, 90 days, 120 days in some cases to have those ads play and incur fees that they will have to pay 90 days or 120 days later. Well, we are in the first of the month, and obviously that billing has to be shored up before a new contract is signed. If he is in arrears or he is in the red, so to speak, then a new contract would be null and void. And this more than likely is what happened. Mike Lindell is saying right now, I don't really know what happened. I have no idea, but he does. And he's spoken to his vice president of marketing or president of marketing, CFO and CMO, and he knows exactly where he's at. However, he has a company to run, and there's nothing better than, if you're going to walk a contract on Fox, is to go ahead and play a little bit of victim and make sure that all the people who support you leave Fox as far as a support standard and help your company continue success. It's a smart marketing move, and I would anticipate any CEO to do that. I don't hold that against him, but I also think that we're going to find out when Fox retorts and has some things to say, is they will leave subtle innuendo without divulging things that are confidential between them and MyPillow. Anyway, moving on. You also have legal or regulatory issues. And yes, there are some legal issues that he has to face, and advertisements that make false claims or violate consumer protection laws or breach specific industry regulations, like pharmaceuticals, can be removed. Regulatory bodies like the Federal Communication Commission, the FCC, in the United States oversees that and can enforce such removals. I don't believe anything like that is the case. However, there are legal troubles, but not necessarily a claimant against his product. Public backlash or controversy, sometimes an advertisement company may pull due to negative public reaction, especially if it's deemed offensive, culturally insensitive, or in poor taste. This can lead to a decision to remove the ad to protect the broadcaster's or advertiser's public image, and in this case, that doesn't seem to be the case. Changing an advertising policy, broadcasters may update their advertising policies, which can lead to certain types of ads being banned. This would usually happen at the back half of the year, in the beginning of a contract, and not at the end. So that doesn't lead me to believe that that has anything to do with it. And then, of course, reaching the end of a contract, we talked about that in October. Starting in August, you'll start negotiating with these companies, and it's very possible that the contract could have ended, and Fox simply decided not to re-up, based upon what Mike said, that he runs a competing agency of media and entertainment and news, and he also hired a former host on the business side. But that doesn't necessarily ring a lot of bells for me, but it is possible. And then, once again, the competition or conflict of interest with Fox, based upon the fact that Mike Lindell does have a competing company. And that decision can be made from more than just Fox News itself, from their advertising or overall selling their advertising. It can be made up on high from stockholders and owners, et cetera, et cetera. And then the only other one that really I could come up with is technical or operational issues, is that it's a mistake or a glitch or something to that effect, and human error. But trust me when I say this, that happens few and far between. But these reasons can be varied based upon contracts, regulatory environments, money, etc. It really is hard to tell, except that we have some bellwether type stuff. MyPillow, the company which was founded by Mike Lindell, has been facing significant, and I mean significant, financial challenges recently. These troubles appear to be related to a combination of factors, including legal battles that are prominent and reduced sales. Now, I'll go into the legal issues first. MyPillow and Lindell are facing multi-billion-dollar lawsuits for defamation from voting software firms Dominion and Smartmatic. These lawsuits were filed in response to Lindell's unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud involving these companies specifically. Unsubstantiated from these companies. No matter what you might believe, I'm not giving you the yes it was or no it wasn't. I'm just telling you based on these companies. The technology during the 2020 presidential election is in question here from those two particular companies. Then retailer boycotts. In the wake of Lindell's public assertion about the election, several major retailers, including Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, JCPenney, Costco, Wayfair, stopped selling MyPillow products. It took a very large chunk out of his market share in the industry. This decision was partly attributed to decreased customer demand, as noted by some retailers, but really we know why. It is overall his political stance. Advertising and financial struggles are also a big indicator. MyPillow has experienced setbacks in its advertising efforts. The company paused its TV ads due to financial struggles, like I said, and there have been reports that Fox News halted MyPillow commercials because Lindell was unable to pay for them. This was supported by several different articles, and also Mike Lindell talked about that. Additionally, Lindell has admitted to spending a significant amount of his personal funds on promoting his claims about the election, which has strained his financial resources. American Express reportedly reduced MyPillow's credit line, further complicating the company's financial situation. Lastly, impact on sales. Lindell claimed that he expected to lose a substantial amount of pillow revenue, citing the boycotts by retailers as a primary reason. This loss of revenue is a significant factor contributing to the company's financial woes. Now, what does all that mean? I don't know. I don't know Mike Lindell. I am not I'm not really an investor in his company. I've never sold his product, and I'm not even a consumer of his product. But I will tell you is that this is a multifaceted situation, and I certainly don't want to be making any claims that aren't accurate. My job is to look at all the evidence, take my personal experience, and give you my best estimated guess. I'm pretty confident in my judgment. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks. What do you think? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Or do we all agree? If you want to buy MyPillow product, I'll put you a link right up in the corner. I make no money off of that. I'm just doing that because I believe in capitalism, and I think everyone should have their voice heard, especially when it comes to the commercial and marketing industry. I don't necessarily agree with what Fox is doing unless he does owe them money. And unfortunately, if you don't pay the piper, you don't get to sing and you don't hear the music. Thanks, folks, for watching. You can see us tonight at 8 o'clock. Olivia and myself will be on. We can't wait to see you. Go over to the Don't Unfriend Me Show where you can buy a hat, some coffee, or a coffee mug. We always pay our bills, and we're always available at thedumbshow.com. Thanks for watching our show. We will see you next time. God bless. See you tonight.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.